Peace. In the story of our lives, in the story of this world, and all that it is presented to be, and all that it can be in a resolution of the self. In all of this story of our life, what does it mean? This context to being that you are a witness. What would you like it to mean? What is within you? Have you met yourself here? And have you resolved this? All that you see in the story of your life, in the story of this world, this doctrine of belief that has been fed to you, that has been handed to you, that has been granted to you in this life of yours, that has been passed down to you from what has come before. Have you found within these things a resolution to your own being? Have you found a belonging here? What have you attributed of this world to yourself in the stories that you are told? Are you wicked? Are you damned? Have you been told these things? Have you decided they are true? Are you forgiven? Is your nature a mercy and a love? Have these things been handed to you? And who has told you these stories? And why have these stories been told to you, but that they were handed down? And from where have they come? This long line, this way of being. Here and now. Here and now is all that you are. Here and now, in every context to you. Here and now, what would you like this place to be? Are you capable of receiving a freedom in your being, in your nature? Are you capable of witnessing what may be true of you, removed from the story of any other? Will you give life to this presence, that you may be free, that you are not captive to another? This story that has been handed you, have you found yourself in it? Wicked and damned, have you found yourself in it? A nature of love, mercy, and forgiveness, have you found yourself here? And if the pen was instead placed in your hand, what story then would be told that you would hand you the next? You see, all of the world is just this. It is a story. In this way of believing that is handed down, that you may have in your hand, in your heart, in your mind, that your spirit will give life to. And this world will be shaped to, will become an image of. As this is your nature, you are a creator. This is the image you are made in. You are partaking in this. There is no opting out of it. This is the only game in town. And all of the pleasures and desires that you can find in this world, and all of their potentials, and all that it could be, and in all that it is. All of these things in presence will be revealed to you as an emptiness outside of this, what is within you, that you may receive what has always been and what will always be, your creative potential, your ability to witness yourself and to receive reciprocal in this way. So if the pen was placed in your hand, if every story was laid to rest that had been handed down, and the pen was instead placed in your hand, what story would you pass to the next? Are you wicked? Are you damned? Is your nature one of mercy, forgiveness, and love? What will your spirit breathe life to into this world, that you are a witness. And who are you in this story? Who are you in this story? Are you the hero? Are you the killer? Have you found these two to be separate from one another? There is not a right or a wrong answer that I'm seeking for you to find in yourself. I'm seeking instead that you find yourself. That you investigate within your being and asking these questions, that you consider your place in the context of eternity, that you have been granted this unique being of your own, and that this may mean something, that you are capable here and now of deciding upon your own being. What does this mean that I am? What will it mean to everything around me that I am? What story am I telling myself? Am I wicked? Am I damned? Am I weak? Am I broken? Am I lost? Are you found? Is your hand righteous and true? Are you accountable to it? Do you wonder? Do you find? Sunshine and blue sky, have you taken the adventure? Would you do it? And what would it mean that you do it? If you can freely choose, if you have no captor, if you are free to choose of yourself, what would it mean that you have a being, that you have an existence? Forget what you have been told you are. This system of belief in the way that you witness, in what your spirit gives life to. We were told such stories, that you are wicked, that you are damned, that there can be no peace in this world, that there can be no peace within you, that you must be dependent on this or on that. You must trust in my story. You must trust in my story that you are wicked and that you are damned, that you are incapable of attaining something higher than this for yourself, and that you must have this to have any worth in your being. You must have this way of witnessing, this modality of being that I have presented to you in my story, that I have passed on to you. We do not say these things. I do not say these things to you to shame the stories of this world and what has been handed to you, but to encourage within you a further context that you may be a resolution to these things, and that the pain is indeed in your hand, that your empowered nature is this, that all of this is occurring within you, all of this damnation, all of this mercy, all of this forgiveness, every God, every devil, heaven and hell, every spirit you can imagine or that has ever been spoken of, is occurring as a piece of you, as something within you. What lies beneath, what is unseen, it all lives within you. And it is all asking you, it is all begging you, it is facilitating this process that you may awaken to this and be a resolution to it, to have an acceptance of yourself, that you are the one who has the pen in your hand. And not that you dictate from a place of need, from a place of lack, from this place that says, I must be closed off and decide that I can be this thing and only this thing, and that all others must obey my story. But that all of this is occurring for a purpose, for your creative potential to be realized, for what is special and unique within you to come alive. That you are the hero in this story, and that so too are you the killer. That you are the hero in this story, and so too are you the killer. And so, what does love mean to you? What does love mean to you? If you are the villain, if you are what is horrible and damned, if you are wicked, what does love mean to you? What does forgiveness mean to you? What does mercy mean to you? Do you give this? Do you take it? Can you receive? What does love mean to you? Is your heart open? Have you taken the time? This space and place, all that has been given, have you taken the time to know of yourself, to be present for what is occurring within you, that you do not receive this story that has been handed to you and fall into such a way that you are in obedience of what came before, but that you realize yourself, and become a higher resolution to this, that you awaken to the pen in your hand, that you are perseverant through it, that you will go to these depths, that you will not hide away from yourself, and that all that is written, and you hand it to the next. Freedom rather than chains. Forgiveness, mercy, love, and grace. Knowing yourself is the hero. Knowing yourself is the killer. And what would it mean to you, this love, that you may hand this to another? That you have resolved within your being, who are you within these stories? Who are you with the pen in your hand? What does love mean to you? That you may hand this to another, the resolution of your own being, that you are not disturbed that you are not disturbed by what you find within yourself, and that you are not disturbed by the story that was handed to you, that you must be obedient to what was incomplete in another, but that you further find within this story that you are handed further purpose, reason, and meaning, that you yourself may be free, that this love is occurring, that you are not captive, that these chains may fall off you, that they were yours, that the key was always in your hand, that you only needed to open the door and to walk out into grand possibility. What does it mean that I am? What does it mean that you are? And that you may do this in a way that honors all that came before you. So if I was everything, wicked and damned, what would forgiveness then mean to you? What would mercy then mean to you? What would love then mean to you? But that you have found yourself as well here, and resolved within your being purpose, reason, and meaning, that you will hand to the next love, forgiveness, victory, freedom from chains, a way unique in your own nature, what is beautiful and true within you. That you have arisen to this creative potential that you are. and that you see this occurring in all others, and that you're undisturbed by what another may see in you, and that you allow within them that their story is occurring, and that within their story you may be a hero and you may be a killer. But you have found within your own being a resolution within each of these things. The pen in your hand, and you hand you the next. You touch all things around you. Purpose in the beauty and the mystery of it all. Something to reflect upon and wonder. Beautiful love and truth. Glory, grace, strength, thanks, grateful God. I am at your courage, strength, protection. I am with you. Peace.